Hola, welcome to Basic Simplified. Today we're going to be looking at primary market, which is based on money. Okay, we're not going to be looking at anything related to agriculture, raw foods, or anything. This is totally market based on money. So we would see what kinds of things belong to primary market, how to understand why they belong there, and what they actually are. Okay, so let's get started. So we have 5 things that belong to a primary market. We have an IPO, that is initial public offering. We have private placements, preferential allotments, rights issue, and finally bonds. Okay, so let's see what they are separately. But before we do that, let's clarify the doubt that you have in your head. How are they part of a primary market? What is a primary market? A primary market is where the buyer is directly dealing with the company that owns the stuff or the government. Okay, you will understand why I said company or government soon, but this is how it is. If you are going to buy a share or a stock or a bond, if you buy it directly from the source, get it, the source, that is primary market. Okay, let's get started. IPO, initial public offering. So I am an owner of company A, B, C, and I have all 100% of its ownership. Now I need some money or capital. What I do is I sell 15% of my share of my ownership in ABC. So now my ownership is what? 85% of ABC. I put 15% of my ownership to the public, where someone from the public can purchase all of it or a bit of it. Okay. To do this, I need to be publicly listed in the stock market or whatever. So what I do is I put it as IPO. I put out an initial public offering where I am saying like company ABC wants to sell 15% of its stake. Anyone interested, they can buy a portion of it and have some ownership in it. Clear? So 15% is now publicly available for purchase, which is what an IPO is. So if you want to purchase ABC company share, you are buying it from the source, directly from ABC company. Are you clear? Now, I can do this directly by IPO, or I can do it in 2 other ways. Okay, the first way is private placements and the other way is preferential allotments. Okay, under private placements, what I do is instead of announcing an IPO where I am saying like I have 15% of my stake to sell, you can buy and you can come and purchase it. I just go to a bank or to a hedge fund and say I have the same 15% stake and I want you guys to invest in it. Okay, there is no public announcement. It is not available for the general public to purchase. Rather, a hedge fund or a bank would purchase this share and now they become a part owner of ABC. Get it? It's privately placed. There is no public access to it. Hope that was clear. Next one, preferential allotments. This one is similar to IPOs with a bit of favoritism, if you could call it. Okay. So what happens is I have put 15% of my ownership out for public purchase. Correct. What I do is 11% can be bought by the public, whereas 4% is for banks or hedge fund. Okay, so public can buy only 11% as part of the IPO, and another 4% are specially or preferentially allotted for banks and hedge funds. Now you'd be thinking there is a distinction. What's the difference? The difference is if my IPO is calculated at, let's say, 50,000 rupees per share. Okay, and there's a bunch of share here. The public will be buying each share in this 11% at 50,000 rupees. Each share is worth 50,000 rupees. When I preferentially allot 4% for banks and hedge funds, they would get it at 40,000 rupees. They are spending less. Okay, that is your preferential allotment. I am doing this because this part I have no assurity that I can get all of it sold. But this part I already have people waiting for it and I am trying to get it sold as fast as possible. And if they buy it, it's more confidence for me because a bank or a hedge fund are there to stay. Others just trade it, right? So under preferential allotment, public cannot put their hands into this 4%, plus the people who are tagged under preferential allotment get it at a much lesser rate. Okay, are you clear with all three? I wanted to publicly raise funds, so I put an IPO where a general person from the general public can come and buy the shares from me directly. In private placements, the same way, except instead of publicly listing it, I am doing it privately. Okay, direct dealing with the banks or hedge funds. Preferential, public can purchase, that's also preferential. Clear with that? Okay. Once all of this is done, what do you think people do with the stocks that they purchased here? They go and trade it in the secondary market. Okay, so there's 15% stocks. Okay, we had like 4 people who bought all the 15%. They go and trade it in the secondary market. Now we have 4,000 people holding the 15% stock. It got split up, right? It's being traded in the secondary market. What I do is I announce a rights issue. Rights issue basically means that if you own a share in my company, you are eligible to purchase additional shares at a discounted price within a time frame. Okay, so what I did is I initially put 15% of my stake for public purchase. Now I am putting another 10%, but this 10% can only be bought by the people who are holding the whole 15% from earlier. Okay, and I told you the price was 50,000 here, right? So they bought this 15% at 50,000. Now they can buy this under rights issue for a discounted price. So if the current market price is 50,000, they can buy this at 25,000, etc. within a time frame. That is rights issue. So basically, if you already own the share in my company, when I announce a rights issue, you have the chance to buy more shares at a cheaper price. Clear? With that, you have covered the most of primary market. Then you have the last one, that is bonds. Assume the government, just like me in ABC company, the government now wants to borrow some money. What they do? They announce bonds. So it can be short term or long term bonds, whatever. Okay. They say that you can buy a bond at 10,000 rupees. This is the bond price. After 10 years, when the government takes the bond back, you will get 10,000 plus 1,000 of interest. Okay. So this is how bonds work. You purchase a bond and you get an interest on it when you pay it back or when they buy it back from you. Okay. So this is what happens. The initial part of it is that when this is initially announced, it's directly being sold by the government and you are purchasing it from the source. So this belongs to primary market. Once you purchase this bond, say you have a sovereign bond, okay, and you bought it from the government. So now it's yours. If you go and trade this in the secondary market, now you and that person are part of the secondary market. You are not the source. Government is the source. That's it. Okay. I hope it was clear. It's a pretty small topic, but it confuses a lot of people, including me. And now that I have been able to clearly understand it, I hope you are also able to understand it. If you have any doubts, do ping it in the comments. Have a good day. Thank you. Adios.